Guess what, everybody? It's time for mail call once again at the uxwbill residence. See, I like getting stuff in the mail. Packages are always fun to open. There's something just primally satisfying about it. Plus, I love to open up things that are new and exciting and tinker with them or work on them. It keeps me entertained and it takes my mind off the stresses of my job, which is a very important thing to do because given that I work in IT, sometimes my job is quite stressful and I need something to take my mind off of it. So today, I have a package from one Ricardo Montalban, care of the Chrysler Corporation, the Corinthian Leather Upholstery Division. That's some pretty fancy handwriting, by the way. Now, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but it's my understanding after looking up the Chrysler Cordoba automobile on Wikipedia that the seating surfaces in those cars were actually manufactured in the state of New Jersey. And for those of you who watch his videos, you'll probably already have figured out who this package came from. That's right, it came from YouTube user vwestlife, who recently posted a video about his realistic TM152 AM stereo tuner that he found on eBay. And I've been kind of half-heartedly looking for one, not really needing to increase the amount of stereo equipment I have here in the house because I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of in danger of being overrun by it or even found crushed under a pile of speakers or something. So he mentioned that he had a non-working example, that the CQAM decoder in it still worked, but that years ago he'd applied some voltage somewhere where it didn't belong and something went wrong in the tuner and it's never worked since. He also sent me a link to the schematics, so there's a good chance that I might fix it. But he told me that he'd prepared this box for me along with a few other goodies, so let's see what's all in here to play with. Now, I've been through this already, doing it again for the sake of the video. He said something was in here for the key keeper. First thing is this. This is a very interesting item. This is a 3-button computer mouse. A Digimouse Type 1000P. 8950. Do you suppose that's a date code? 3 buttons. A ball in the bottom with which to track. Spring-loaded. That's very interesting. Oops. And what looks like a 9-pin serial connection on the bottom of it, although it looks like that was added at a later date, so maybe some clarification on that is required. Maybe I should pop that open before I just blithely plug it into a computer. He also mentioned including something that involved a floppy drive. Well, let's see if I can find what's for the key keeper in here. This is an AM stereo decoder kit. Looks like this is intended to be added to a conventional AM tuner. I've been thinking about doing a modification along those lines because I have some higher quality monophonic AM tuners. So I have to read the directions that came with that because that certainly looks interesting. Oh, here it is. This is what's for the key keeper. A Whistler 200 double super heterodyne radar detector. That's what this crazy thing is. I'm not sure if this works or not, but that's very, very, very funny. That's clever. The key keeper was originally going to be here with me when I opened this, but he's out watching my brother College 153 play baseball or softball or something. I don't know. Sports aren't really my speed. I hate that kind of stuff. No offense to anybody who does like sports. Here's the thing that must involve floppy disks. And I vaguely remember these. Years ago, when I was much younger, I'd say, well, I don't know how old I would have been. Haven't thought about it. And like I say, math is not my strong suit, so don't ask me to think about it on the fly. But in the mid-90s, when these things first came out, I was doing some work for somebody here in town on their computer, and they offered to loan me their Sony Mavica floppy disk-based camera. This thing records to standard floppy diskettes. So that'll be fun to play with. That'll certainly be an adventure down retro technology road, playing with stuff that I haven't played with surely for at least the better part of 10 years, if not 12 or 13. Some kind of a battery charger there, presumably for the Mavica camera. Let's see what else is in here. A cigarette lighter cord, presumably for use with the radar detector. Not real sure. What are these things? Little balls. Magic towel, 100% cotton. Okay, I know what this is, or at least I think I do. Fun factuals on turtles. Do you suppose it's written in English for the Chinese-speaking person, or do you suppose it's pretty reasonable? But you get these things wet with water after you unwrap them. At least that's what happens with the ones I got last Christmas. And they turn into a full-fledged towel, which is really kind of cool to watch. Well, here's the meat and potatoes of the deal. Believe it or not, that is a realistic TM152 tuner. Wow, all I can say is that's a lot smaller than I would have anticipated it being. I somehow figured this thing was a little bit larger, but it's actually quite small. If I put my hand across it, you can kind of get an idea of how big it is size-wise. And he got one of these off eBay. I believe this is the cabinet from the one he got off eBay, because the one he had that didn't work had a nicer cabinet, and so he swapped the internals between them. Well, I guess we'll find out. Take a look at it later. Yep, it's got the same label on it as the one in the video. And there's the audio outputs, the antenna connections. So I guess I'll take this thing apart and see what's involved in getting it to pop again. Hopefully I can get it singing. I'm thinking that something like the tuning IC probably took a hit or something, but I won't know until I get in there and start probing things around and following the schematic. But that's what I got in the mail today. Definitely some stuff to keep me busy for, probably the next half an hour or so. Alright, here's the Mavica camera with the battery in it now. I have no idea how well charged the battery is, or even if it holds a charge, but I guess we're going to find out. Oops, come here. There we go. July 18th, 2011. Disk Protect, it says. Well, that would imply there's a disk in it. What's up with that? Look at that, there's a floppy disk in it. Well, we'll take the right protection off. See if it, whoops, put it in there the right way, dummy. Oh, there we go. Take the lens cap off and we'll probably get a picture. Oh yeah, that is definitely chunky for a digital camera, isn't it? Still pretty fun to play with, though. Ooh. Yes, I am videotaping myself playing with a camera. How sad is that? Well, there you have it. Thank you for watching another mail call video from uxwbill.